Hi guys, and welcome to this 30 minutes sequence of Vinyasa flow with me. I'm Hanne. As you might see, I'm pregnant. I'm in my 6th month. But this is both for you if you're pregnant, but it's also very much for you if you're not pregnant. So let's just step on our mats and practice as good as we can, listening to yourself, listening to the signals your body is sending you, listening to your breath, not listening to what your ego says that you should be able to do. Yeah? Tuning in with your very self. Starting in child's pose today, so come down on the mat. Knees open out to the sides of the mat. Big toes comes together to kiss. And then forward fold from here. Arms can be extending forward or come alongside the legs. Place the forehead on the mat if that's available to you. And then start breathing. Longer, deeper, more focus. Sending your breath all the way down into the bottom of your lungs. And all the way out again. Feeling how your lungs grows on your thighs on the inhale. And how they empty again on your exhale. Soften the jaw. And then starting to tap into Ujjayi breath if you're familiar with this kind of breath. Letting everything soften. Jaw, muscles around the mouth, muscles around the eyes, shoulders, thighs. Breathing here. Then you'll extend the arms forward if they're not already. And on your next inhale, you'll come forward and find the cow pose, lifting your heart out in between your upper arms. Exhale, round the lower back towards child's pose. And then as the inhale comes, turn into cow again, moving forward. Exhale, lower back down, round. So inhale to move the heart out in between the upper arms. And exhale to curl it away again into your chest. You continue. This can look like absolutely anything. Few more rounds. And one more inhale to open the heart. And then exhale, find your neutral spine. Place your knees so they're right below your hips. And from there we'll find downward facing dog. So walking the hands links forward. And from there, coming to your toes, lifting your sit bones high. Stay high on both feet this first time. And just exhale to lower one heel. And then inhale to come back up. Exhale, the other heel lowers. Walking out your dog, introducing some movement, some heat into the backs of the legs, allowing them to open. Allowing them to open in their own pace. So no rush, we're never in a rush. Even though we might be moving quite rigorously in our Vinyasa flow, we're never in a rush. And then come high onto both feet. Bend your knees and place your torso on your thighs more or less. Still trying to roll the shoulder blades out to the sides, creating more space across the shoulder blades. You can stand still or you can rock your hips from side to side. And then inhale, extend the legs out. Exhale, lower the heels down. Breathing here. Next time you have an exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, come down. Let's do this a few times. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, come down. You continue, you can always bend your legs. You can always grab your blocks and place your hands on them if you have blocks. Or you can always place your hands on your shins instead. Doing what's right for you in this moment. Next time you inhale, you come all the way up. Press through your feet. Inhale, take the arms all the way out and up. And standing here, staying here, reaching energy up and out through every fingertip. But taking the shoulders down and away from the ears. Reaching the tailbone in the direction of the heels and standing firmly down and out through all four corners of both feet. Maybe lift the chin up so you can gaze up in between your hands. So much energy racing you up towards the sky, out through your fingertips. But the shoulders, they stay nice and away from the ears, leaving the neck nice and long on both sides. One more inhale. And then exhale, open your arms forward, fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back. You can drop to the knee or you can stay on the toes. Inhale to a lunge. And exhale, find a plank. Have an inhale in plank. Staying on your toes or coming to your knees. Exhale, come a little bit forward and then lower down, either halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Staying here, breathing. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. Quads are strong, working the heels away. It doesn't matter if the heels are touching or not. What matters is that we are working the heels away from us in the direction of the mat. Even down through the mat, if the heels are there. Next inhale, lift your right leg. Lift the heel high, but leave the hip in the same height as the left hip. Breathing all the way up to that heel, flex the foot. And then inhale, lift it a little higher. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. All the way down. Press through your feet all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And inhale, open your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Then left foot steps back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, plank. One inhale. Exhale, lower elbows, kiss the ribs on your way down. Inhale, come into your back bend. And then exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift your left leg. Heel lifts, but the hip drops. So much energy up through that floating heel. Inhale, lift it higher. And then exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, down. Press through your feet. Inhale, come up. And exhale, down with the hands. We'll add on to that. Inhale, open. Forward fold. Halfway up. Right foot back. Inhale to a lunge and stay on the exhale. Then inhale, extend out the front leg. Step the back foot a little bit forward and in. Pull this left hip back. And then forward fold over the extended left leg. Hands can be placed on the thigh, on the quad, on the ankle, on the floor, wherever you can reach. You can also place blocks. Pull this left hip back and bring the right hip forward. So the hips are parallel to the front of your mat. Press down through the big toe of the front foot and see if you can find the little toe side of the back foot. And then keep bringing that left hip back. We're going to turn this into Trikonasana. So place the right foot in line with the heel. So the inner arch of the right foot is in line with the heel of the left foot. Opening up, lifting energy up through the top fingers. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Left femur bone, so the bone of the left thigh is moving into the hip socket. And you grow longer in the whole left side of your ribs. Press through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up and back. And then exhale, find the plank. Maybe leave your left leg floating. As you exhale, lower down. Both feet fly to the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot left lifts. This time stack the hips, bend the knee, breathe. Start finding circles with this right knee. And make sure that your armpits are the same distance from the mat. So you're not opening this right armpit up towards the sky almost. Change direction of the circles. And then inhale, extend the leg out, square off the hips to the mat. And then exhale, step it forward. Inhale, lunge. Listen up. Exhale, grace the mat with your fingertips. Reach the hands out behind you. And then inhale, come back up to lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. All the way down. All the way up. And exhale. Arms open. Forward fold with that long flat spine. Inhale, halfway up. Left foot steps back. Inhale, arms go out and up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, place the back foot, draw that right hip back, and then forward fold. Place your hands wherever they can reach. Looking straight down to the mat or letting your head hang if that's okay with your neck. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Press through the front big toe and little toe side of the back foot. And then from here we'll find Trikonasana, stepping the inner arch of the left foot in line with the heel of the front foot. Placing that right hand wherever it can reach on the right leg. Maybe you come up and have the hand on your thigh if that's where you can find the pose. I want your lower ribs to stay long. I want you to press through the big toe of the front foot, little toe side of the back foot. Pull that right femur bone into the hip socket. And then inhale, come all the way up and back. And exhale, find your plank. Maybe leave your right foot floating. Inhale and plank. And exhale to lower. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. Then inhale, lift your left leg. Stack the hips, point the knee, square off the armpits to the mat, and start finding your circles. And then change direction. next time you have an inhale, extend out the leg, lift the heel, square off the hips. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach it up. Now grace the mat with your fingertips and then reach the hands out behind you, palms turn up. Inhale, come back up, lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up. All the way down. All the way up. Hands to the heart. And then place your hands alongside your hips. Turn your palms forward. Raise the crown of the head up towards the sky. Extend the tailbone long. Stand firmly out, down and out through all four corners of your feet. Just breathe here, relax your jaw and tune in. How are you feeling right now? Can you feel this inner energy that you are creating within yourself? This hidden treasure of energy and flow, which we all carry around all day, every day. We just have to find the key to open that treasure box sometimes. And for me and for many people, yoga is often the answer to open. Nice, and open your eyes. Lift the corners of your mouth into a sweet smile. And when you have an inhale, open your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, find pyramid pose. Place the back foot, forward fold. Inhale, Trikonasana, step the feet, reach the right arm. Exhale, inhale here. Next time you have an inhale here, come all the way up and all the way back. And then this time, come forward and down. Lift the back heel off the mat, place the right hand, bend the left. Finding a twist here. So if you're pregnant, don't go too deep into your twist. Just twist from your chest and up out through the crown of the head. If you're not pregnant, then you can twist all the way from your belly button and out through the crown of your head. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, no matter where you're at. And we're going to turn this into side plank. So step this left foot back. Well, place the little toe side of the back foot first in the mat. Step this back either halfway or all the way. Maybe looking up towards those left fingers. And we're going to step the left foot back up to the left corner of the mat. How slow can you find this transformation? And then from there, whenever you get there, turn it into Parsvakonasana. Front heel in line with the inner arch of the back foot. Left hand either on the mat or maybe left elbow on the knee. Pull the femur bone, the left femur bone into the hip socket and press through the little toe side of the back foot. And then inhale, turn it into warrior two, just for a brief moment. As you exhale, place the hands together in front of your chest and sit down into ninja squat at the back of your mat. Flex the left foot, press your elbow, your right elbow into your right knee. Press the right knee back into your elbow. And then inhale here, turn around, find plank at the back of your mat. And as you exhale, lower through your vinyasa. And inhale, lift your right leg. Lift it high and then stack the hips, point the knee. You can stay here, you can turn this into wild thing, stepping that right foot up to the side of the mat, reaching your chest up, reaching the right fingertips towards the back of the room or maybe down towards the floor. From there, come back, step this right foot forward to the right corner of the mat. Turning into Parsvakonasana again. Left arm reaches up. You can have the right elbow on the knee, or you can let your right fingertips find the floor. Maybe the palm finds the floor. And then inhale, come up to warrior two. Exhale, extend out this front leg. Turn the big toes in so they slightly turn in towards each other. The heels are further apart. Wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, reach your chest up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come to the mat. Right in between the feet, shoulder width apart between the hands. Breathing here. Take your shoulders out of your ears. Breathe up and down the length of your spine. The next inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands find the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. And then step to the front of your mat. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale to lunge. And on the exhale, find pyramid pose. And then inhale, find Trikonasana. Step the back heel, the back inner arch in line with the front heel. Breathing here. Length on the right side of your ribs. Press the little toe side of the back foot firmer into the mat. And then inhale, come all the way up and back. And as you exhale, come forward and down. Let the left hand plant in line with the right heel. Pop up the back heel and then turn this into a twisted lunge. Breathing. Lower your right hip. Lift your left hip a little bit. Turning it into side plank by placing the little toe side of the back foot on the mat and then either stepping right foot halfway back or all the way back. From there, we'll step the right foot back to the top of the mat. How slow can you move? And then when you're ready, turn into Parsvakonasana. Maybe the right fingertips on the floor, maybe the elbow, maybe you take a bind for a brief moment. One more in and exhale. Next inhale, come up to warrior two for just a brief moment. Then exhale, hands come together. Find ninja squat off the back of the mat. You can stay up here as well, or come all the way down. Press the left elbow in to the left leg. Press the leg into the arms. You can also plant your hands on the mat. Flex the right foot. And then inhale, turn around, find your plank. And exhale, lower through your vinyasa. You can stay on the feet or drop to the knees. You can take cobra instead of upward facing dog. There's always a modification or a choice that fits wherever you're at right now. Inhale, lift your left leg. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Leave the armpits squared to the mat. Staying here or finding wild thing by letting the left foot find the outer side of the mat and then reaching through the left fingertips. And from there, come back and then step the left foot to the front of the mat. Whenever you get there, turn into Parsvakonasana, planting the back heel, so the inner arch of the back foot is in line with the heel of the front. Next inhale, warrior two. Then exhale, extend out the front leg, turn the big toes a little bit in, so the heels are a little bit further apart than your big toes. Interlace your hands behind you. Inhale, lift the chest high, and exhale, forward fold. Hands move away from the lower back. Move a little bit more of your weight into the front of your feet. Breathing here. Next inhale, come halfway up, hands find their way back to the lower back. Exhale, let go of the hands, let them find the hips. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step together at the front of the mat. Just find the hands alongside the hips, palms turn forward. Close your eyes and just sense yourself. And then open your eyes. Bring the inner sides of your feet together and then lift up on your toes. We're gonna bend the knees and start lowering down towards the squat, but do it as slowly as you possibly can. Keep reaching the tailbone down, so don't extend it out behind you. I like to find my hands in prayer in front of my heart, but your hands and arms can do absolutely whatever they want. All the way down. Eventually when we get there, we're gonna sit down on the mat. Yeah, bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees, interlace your hands around the feet, and then either stay here, bring the heart out in between the upper arms, or find an exhale to fold forward, a long flat spine. If your arms, elbows can reach out on the legs, then use them to open the legs more. Starting the very last bit of this practice. And the next inhale, come all the way up to sit, extend the legs forward. For a moment, just gently pull a little bit of flesh away from your sit bones. Keep the feet flexed. Inhale, open your arms up. And then exhale, forward fold. And again, if you're pregnant, you might want to open your legs a little bit more off to the side so there's room for a baby. Soft jaw, long breath. Not looking for anything that your ego has decided it has to be there. This depth has to be found. We just, instead of looking for something particular, we are trying to turn this into a discovery journey, seeing whatever we come along on our path. Next inhale, come up to sit. Now open your legs wide out to the sides. Again, maybe gently pull the flesh away from your sit bones, and then also grab your thighs and turn them down and up, both sides. Inhale to sit tall. Stay here if this is already quite a good hip opener for you, or forward fold if that's available. Flex the feet so all toes are pointing up towards the sky. Finding your depth here, however shallow or deep it is. You are exactly where you need to be. And then inhale, come up. Bring your legs together. And then find your way down to lie on your back. Bring your knees into your chest and just start finding circles, stirring the femur bones around in the hip balls. I like to close my eyes here. Actually, I like to close my eyes during my whole practice when I feel like my balance allows it and my body knows where to go. Change direction of the circles. So whenever you feel like it's okay for you and your balance, close your eyes if that feels right to you. Makes it easier to turn the gaze inwards. And then extend out the left leg, pull the right knee in. And every time you exhale, hug that right knee closer in. Again, if you need a little bit more space for your belly, move that knee out to the side. It doesn't have to move straight in towards your chest. Flex the left foot. And then reach the right leg up, interlace your hands behind it. Let your shoulder blades stay on the floor, on the mat. Walk your hands up your leg. They can be on the back of the thigh, on the back of the calf, on the ankle. You can hold on to your toes as well. Everybody try to point your toes more down and lift your heel a little higher. And then exhale, hug the knee in and extend it out. Flex the right foot, pull the left knee in. Every time you exhale, hug it in. Soft jaw. Then inhale, extend the leg up, interlace your hands somewhere on the back of the leg. Maybe walk your hands up. Leave the shoulder blades and the back of the head for that sake on the mat. And then hug it in and find Shavasana. So if there's any pose you need to do before you enter Shavasana, an inversion, a twist, another stretch, then please feel free to do so. I'm going to take you into Shavasana and then I'm going to leave you there so you can come out when you are ready to come out. Staying as long as you can. Let's start with a few open ujjays. Inhaling for the nostrils and exhaling out for the mouth. Letting go of everything on the exhale, becoming heavier and heavier on every exhale. And then eventually let go of the breath. Just let it float however it wants to. So we can let the breath be, and thereby let the body just be. Hopefully, just let the mind be still. I'm taking a moment to let go of your jaw on both sides. Letting go of the muscles around your mouth. Maybe even let the lips separate a little bit. Let the tongue float in the mouth. And then let go of the muscles around your eyes, and even let the apples of your eyes rest heavier in the eyeballs. And let go of that fine little line in between your eyebrows, and let that sense of letting go. Let the sense of you trusting that it'll be okay if you just let go of the control for a moment. Let that sense travel down through the rest of you. Down through the rest of your physical body, mental body, emotional body, your breath body. This is your time. You've created this space with your yoga practice for you to rest in. Enjoy.